guys, welcome back to my channel and happy May. Today I'm going to be recapping my bi-monthly goals for March and April and telling you what my new goals are for May and June. The last 2 months have been extremely hectic, but I've gotten a lot done, so that is wonderful. But I am ready to move into May and June. I absolutely love the month of May. Besides the weather here in Texas getting very humid, very hot, May is also my birthday month. My birthday is May 4th, so it's this Thursday, and I will be turning 29 years young, and I'm really excited for my birthday. I will be going on a cruise the week of May 8th, but not to worry, I have spent a lot of time this past weekend writing all of my scripts for my YouTube videos, filming them, editing them, making sure they're uploaded and ready to go so that way I don't miss any weeks. But if you notice that I'm not on social media, like at all, that week of May 8th, it's because I'm on a boat in the middle of the ocean going to Mexico. So I will not have internet connection. I'll kind of be off the grid for a week, but those YouTube videos will still go up as scheduled. All right, so enough about that. Let's get into this video and talk about how I did for my March and April bi-monthly goals. Goal number 1 was to format Restitution for paperback, hardcover, and ebook. Check, I did this. Restitution was released on April 4th of this year, and it was a wonderful release. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who supported me by buying my book or tweeting at me. Your support really does mean the world, and I just don't know what I would do without you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. So thank you for making my 3rd book launch absolutely phenomenal. So that goal 1 was to format. Goal 2 was to release Restitution in all those formats. Like I just said, that is done. So yay. Goal 3, finish outlining book 2 of my dark fantasy series, which now I can say the title since I revealed that in last week's video, which is Shadow Crown. I did not finish outlining book 2 of my Shadow Crown series. Things were so hectic with the release for Restitution, and I've also been prepping a lot for BookCon and making sure that everything's in order and designing all the promo items for that event, so I wasn't able to finish my outline for book 2, so that goal is definitely going to carry over into my May and June bi-monthly goals. Goal 4 was to start my secret project. I did do this. I didn't get very far, but I have started it, so I will give myself a check mark of completion for that one. And I'm really hoping that once BookCon is over and in June and July this summer, I can really focus more on that secret project. And once I can give more information, I will. Goal number 5, hold 2 giveaways via Goodreads. Check, I did this. Goal 6, post 16 YouTube videos, 2 each week. I also did this, which I feel very proud of myself for reaching this goal. I do have a full-time job, and I guess I can say this now, but I actually recently, like last week, got a promotion. And so if you notice I've been absent on social media lately, it's because there's just been a lot going on outside of my writing life in my professional and work career. So there was just a lot going on there, and I think that's also why I felt so cluttered in my head lately, because I have so many things going on in my mind, and that's why in last week's vlog, I talked about decluttering your mind and the importance of mindfulness and journaling and getting your thoughts down on paper. If you missed that vlog, I will make sure to leave it linked down below. So on top of having a full-time career and launching Restitution, I was able to keep up with my YouTube videos, and there are a lot of full-time YouTubers out there who only post 2 videos a week. Like, that is their full YouTube schedule. And of course, they have way more time to do some amazing editing with their videos, and I know mine definitely are not up to par with some of those full-time YouTubers and vloggers, but I feel really proud of myself for sticking with my 2 videos a week and producing that content and getting it out to you guys on time, because that's a pretty lofty goal when you're not a full-time YouTuber. And the fact that I'm writing books, publishing books, and then also have my YouTube channel and my full-time job, that's just a lot. So really proud of myself for that goal. Goal 7 was to compile and submit my monthly newsletter by the 15th of each month. This I did. It did come out a little bit later than the 15th, but that's totally okay. And I do want to remind you guys that in my May newsletter, so this month, I will be sending a sneak peek of chapter 1 of Shadow Crown, which is my new dark fantasy series. So make sure you go to my website at kristenmartinbooks.com to sign up if you haven't already. Goal number 8 was to read 3 books. I did not do this. I read 2, I think. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses. Maybe it was just 1. I think I only read 1 book in 2 months, which is definitely a decrease from the previous 2 months. But that's okay. I had a lot going on. I was able to read that 1 book. I've started reading Confess by Colleen Hoover. I'm more than halfway done with that. and I'm really loving it so far. And then I think after that, I'm going to start A Court of Mist and Fury because everyone keeps telling me how much better it is than A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I love that book. So I cannot wait to start book 2. And I'm pretty sure A Court of Wings and Ruin is coming out really soon. I don't know if it's this month, so that'll be nice to finish A Court of Mist and Fury and then be able to hopefully buy that book not long after. Goal number 9, cover design for Shadow Crown. I did this, so I submitted all of the information and what I want. We have a couple of final tweaks to this cover, but it is, as always with Damon's Awe, it is everything I wanted and more. It's amazing how they're able to take what I put down on paper and what I have in my mind, what I've envisioned, and actually bring it to life through artwork and through a cover design. So I'm so excited to share this cover of Shadow Crown. And you guys know me, I'm like instant gratification, so I love sharing things right away. So I would not be surprised if I share or do the cover reveal for Shadow Crown sometime this month in May. It's very possible. We shall see. Goal 10, research audiobook requirements. Wah wah, I still haven't done this. I feel like this has been on a few of my bi-monthly goals lists, and just to be honest, I'm just not that focused on audiobooks right now. I may carry this one over. I feel like I should. It's just not something I've been super focused on. So that one was a big no. Goal 11, order promo items for BookCon. I did this and I actually showed you guys, give you a little sneak peek of some of the promo items that I am bringing to BookCon in last week's vlog. Again, I will link that down below for you to check out in case you missed it. Goal 12, do a collaboration with another writing related YouTube channel. I did this, it was with Word Nerds. It was so much fun. I'll make sure to leave that video link down below in case you missed it. Goal 13, write and journal weekly. I did this. Again, I talked about mindfulness last week. I've been really taking writing in my journal much more seriously, and I've just noticed so much more clarity in my headspace, and I just feel more organized and less cluttered. So that's been really good. Goal 14, go for a run 4 times a week and work out. Check, I did this. And goal 15, strive for balance daily. I will give myself a check mark for this. These past 2 months were a little bit difficult with all of the changes and adjustments I've had to make in my professional working life, and there are a couple of other adjustments I've had to make. So balance was definitely difficult these past 2 months, but I tried to balance my life as much as I possibly could. So I'll give myself a check mark for that one. So that was 15 goals, and if you were counting, I achieved 12 of them, which is an 80% completion rate. And if you've watched my goals videos in the past, you'll know that if I complete 75% or more of my goals for those 2 months, then I consider myself a success. So I completed 80% of my goals. I'm happy with that, good with that. Woo! Another successful 2 months. And so now let's get into my May and June goals. Goal number 1, complete the first full edit for Shadow Crown. I want to say this is a lofty goal, but it's really not, since I am planning on releasing Shadow Crown this fall. Hopefully in October is kind of the time frame I'm thinking of. So I'm gonna really have to start getting to work, but I've been working on Shadow Crown kind of in the background. I just haven't really told you guys that in my YouTube videos. The beta reader phase, we were like waist deep, like really far into the beta reader phase. So things are going well. And also in last Monday's video, I did talk more about beta readers. I'm not accepting any more beta readers right now for Shadow Crown, but just make sure you're following me on Twitter, and I'll leave my handle right here, because if I do have a need for beta readers, that is the first place I'm going to announce it, is on Twitter. So make sure you're following me, and that way you won't miss it. Goal number 2, finalize Shadow Crown cover design. I know this is going to happen because we are this close, so I should already just check that one off, but it's one of my goals. Goal number 3, finalize the map for Shadow Crown. So I have been working with a cartographer. We have a deadline for the map. I am so excited to see what he comes up with and to bring my terrible drawing to life, because it's so bad. And I definitely want to do kind of a map reveal and talk more about maybe finding a map designer. And so if that's something you guys would be interested in a video on in the future, please like this video and drop me a line down below. Goal 4, Shadow Crown cover reveal. Again, like I said, it would be really cool if I can do the cover reveal this month in May. So we shall see. Goal number 5, hold 2 giveaways via Goodreads. That's pretty standard. Goal 6, post 16 YouTube videos, 2 each week. I know this one's going to be challenging since I will be on a cruise next week, but like I said, I'm doing all of my prepping and filming and editing this past weekend and through this week. So that way, all of my videos will be ready to go and I won't miss a beat when I am gone on my cruise. Goal number 7, compile and submit monthly newsletter by the 15th of each month. That's a pretty standard goal. And along with that, goal number 8 is to send sneak peek of chapter 1 in my May newsletter. That's for Shadow Crown. That I actually have all ready to go. So I just have to click the little approve button and just make sure I insert the link in the May newsletter. So that'll be that. So that's pretty much already done. I'm just waiting for mid-May to get here. Goal number 9, read 3 books. I think this will definitely be more doable, especially since I am going on vacation and also for BookCon in June. I feel like since I will be traveling on a plane, I'll just have a little bit more time to read than I normally would. And especially on the cruise, you know, laying out by the pool with a book, I think I'll be able to hit that 3-book reading goal. Goal number 10, research audiobook requirements. You know, we're gonna put it on here and we're gonna see if I get it done. Goal 11, write morning pages daily. So I recently discovered something called morning pages, and I'll make sure to leave a link to one of the videos that I found down below. And it's basically where you take a notebook and every morning before you even do anything, before you look at your phone, before you even brush your teeth, you go straight to kitchen table or your desk, get a notebook and a pen and sit down and just write for 3 whole notebook pages. So like front and back and then 1 extra full page. And the whole point of morning pages is to just write. You just write anything that's in your mind. Even if you're writing, I don't know what to write about, this is silly, why am I doing this? And you can write that for 3 whole pages. I mean, obviously you should try to write something different. At the beginning, it might be kind of a weird thing and you're not really used to it. But I have been doing the morning pages for about a week now. And I've just found that in the morning when I sit down and I just kind of empty my mind, which is kind of strange because you wouldn't think your mind would be full in the morning after you wake up because you've just woken up, you're supposed to feel refreshed. For some reason for me, I'm the opposite. I have all these ideas and things I want to do and just so many thoughts in my brain. Like a lot of people say that when you wake up, you have a lot of ideas and you're going to be really productive in the morning. So I started doing my morning pages. I found that it really sets the theme for my whole day. I feel less cluttered and more organized. And I feel like I'm better able to organize my priorities and my tasks based on what I wrote in those morning pages that morning. So like I said, there will be a video linked down below for how I kind of found out about this and started it in case you guys are interested. But I've just noticed a huge difference in my mindset since I started morning pages. Goal 12, finish outlining book 2 of Shadow Crown. I will do this. I'm very determined to do this over these next 2 months because I'm planning on participating in NaNoWriMo this November. So I want to make sure my outline is in good shape. So that way when I start writing book 2 or writing the second half of book 2, I haven't quite figured out how I'm gonna do this yet. That way I at least have a pretty solid outline to work from. Goal 13, write and journal weekly. I don't think this is going to be a problem. This is more like daily since I'm doing my morning pages, but still a good goal to have. Goal 14, go for a run 4 times a week and work out. We're gonna keep that one on there. And goal 15, as always, strive for balance on a daily basis. So that's another 15 goals. So really I need to complete 12 of these over May and June to get to that over 75% success rate. So there's just a lot, but I'm really looking forward to these next couple of months. I'm looking forward even to the rest of this year. I'm already done with this weather. I'm ready for October to be here so that Shadow Crown hopefully will be released and we'll be getting into the holidays again and cooler weather, Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that awesome stuff. So I'm looking like way far into the future. But this is why I do bi-monthly goals, because I have a lot of larger ticket items and larger goals for myself further down the road. And so I need to make sure every 2 months that I have smaller goals that are going to get me on the right track and get me more toward those long-term bigger goals. So that is why I do bi-monthly goals, and I absolutely love them. They've really worked for me. I think ever since I started doing this last year, I have completed 75% or more of my goals. So that is really awesome. If you have not tried this system and you've tried other goal setting systems and they're not working, I would highly recommend trying the bi-monthly goal setting system. And I did make more of a video on how to crush your goals in 2017. I made that video in January, so I will leave that link down below in case you missed it. That's all that I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. All 3 of my books, The Alpha Drive, The Order of Omega, and Restitution, are available for purchase on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, The Book Depository, and Books A Million. I'm also offering signed copies. To find out how you can get your hands on an autographed copy, make sure to check out the link in the description box below. Are you a fan of audiobooks? If so, I have great news for you. I have teamed up with Audible, the premier provider of digital audiobooks with over 180,000 titles to choose from, to give you guys some free stuff. If you go to audibletrial.com/KristenMartinBooks, then you get a free audiobook download and a free 30-day trial for their service. As you just heard of my goals, my books are not yet available in audiobook format, but it is something, hopefully, I will actually work on for the future. I have opened up a Society 6 store where you can get some #AuthorLife goodies like mugs, laptop cases and sleeves, and much more. To check it out, go to society6.com/author_Kristen_Martin. I am still offering first chapter critiques for $65 flat, but I am also offering a new service, which are Skype consultations. In these sessions, we can sit down face to face and talk about topics specific to your personal situation, such as the cost of self-publishing, formatting your book, and even time management and finding balance. If you are interested in learning more about either of these services, make sure to go to my website at KristenMartinBooks.com and click on the Services Offered tab. I am attending BookCon June 3rd and June 4th this year in New York City. I will have a booth number 2776 where I will be selling and signing copies of all 3 of my books, so make sure you come by and say hi. Just so you know, you do not need to buy my books at BookCon in order for me to sign them. I would actually prefer if you would bring them from home. That way I don't have to carry as much inventory with me from Texas to New York. If for some reason I do run out of inventory, I did buy some little book plates, so at least I can sign a book plate sticker for you, and you can take that with you and put it in your book whenever you order it. I am so excited for this event, and I cannot wait to meet all of you. I hope to see all of you there. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, make sure you do that for daily writing inspiration and advice, as well as to stay up to date on any price promotions, announcements, or giveaways that might be going on. If you have any questions or anything you'd like me to talk about in one of my next videos, feel free to leave a comment down below. You can also ask a question or post a comment anonymously on my Ask Me Anything page on Tumblr. Again, all the links are listed below. Thank you so much again for watching. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel on your way out. Don't forget, I post new writing advice videos on Mondays and personal day in the life vlogs on Thursdays. I will see you guys next time. Bye.